Welcome to Reddit Reader. People who work in human resources. What is the weirdest shit you have seen? Not HR, but a company I worked at. Some employees were playing squash or similar racket sport at a gym. One of the guys had been working there for over a year. Nice guy. At the gym, someone recognized him and called the police. He was arrested shortly afterwards by armed police for an assassination attempt on the King of Spain. He had fled the country and was using a false name. Worked for a large trucking company. Every employee would get a present on their birthday in the mail, and their names on the video board. This week's birthdays are. A guy called to ask if his name could not be on the board. Reason: his twin brother murdered his parents and he did not want to be reminded of his birthday. Got a call from our office in India that staff who supported the night shift were running a brothel from the office. They didn't know they couldn't do that. Still fired. They tried to appeal the decision. Did not work. Worked in HR for a couple years now, mostly for large firms managing facilities within properties. One of the strangest cases was brought about because a client asked us to review CCTV footage as he had driven past the office late at night, noticed the motion sensor lights inside going on and off, and was concerned there had been a break-in. Turned out our night security officer, whose primary role is to monitor cameras from the control room, was skipping up and down the corridors because he felt too full of energy and had to get it out of his system somehow. Watching the footage of him skipping, featuring the occasional star jump through vacant corridors for 20 minutes at 1 a.m., really made my day. Caught a site manager with like 50 plus pairs of panties hidden all over his office in Ziploc bags, a multitude of sex toys, and over $100,000 in cash stuffed in ceiling tiles. Took a while to unravel all of that. So you locked out his building access and told the VPs you found $60K in the ceiling, right? We did lock him out, but this was in Anaheim, California, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, large global conglomerate. So I wasn't present. We terminated him, but during the fallout it became clear he truly had a very vague idea of how much was up there, so his manager could certainly have pocketed some cash. The whole story was bizarre. Why did he keep the money up there? Afraid of banks? We think he was hiding it from his wife, prepping for a split. There was also a bunch of what looked like offshore bank statements scattered around the office. I no longer work in HR or at this company, but it's my favorite story from my time there. Our benefits team made the decision to eliminate reserved parking as lots of employees were frustrated when they walked past dozens of empty spots in the reserved lots every day. This new policy applied to all of the company's locations. Of course, the benefits manager received hundreds of complaints in the first few days from people insisting they needed an exception for their own personal spot. The best reason by far was from one person who needed a spot close to the door because they were terrified of bobcats. No other context. We didn't have bobcats near the corporate office, so at first we thought they meant construction equipment. Turns out there actually were sightings of bobcats, like the animal, near this person's location. Last I heard, they were told to arrive earlier to get a closer spot and did not get an exception. I once had a temp job in HR. I was scanning lots of old personnel files, and one perk of the job was reading old complaints against people. The best one I came across was a mediation caused by one member of staff accusing another of witchcraft. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe so you don't miss our next upload.